Today, I'm going to follow the route of a railway line that no longer exists.
Isn't this just mind-blowing though, that this used to be a railway track? The annoying thing is, the path is here, but it's just been absolutely buried under all of this. Please, please, 1, correct me if I'm wrong. 2, do not chastise me if I am wrong. I am not a local historian. I'm just interested in this sort of stuff. If I've got it wrong and I can be corrected and someone can put me in the right direction, that's amazing.
If you stood here many years ago, you'd be watching trains roll past. Today, there's no track, no platform, just streets I've known for the whole of my life. But the line still exists if you know where to look. Today, I'm going to follow the route of a railway line that no longer exists. From Leicester city centre out towards Birstall, sticking to it as best I can by foot. This isn't just about a lost train line, this is me running through a part of the city that I know and love. Come on, let's go. And this is where we start, at Great Central Station on Great Central Street. Been fully refurbed very recently into Lane 7, so we've got bowling and all sorts of different entertainment in there, and we're going to have a look in there. They've given me their blessing to have a look inside, so I can show you that before we really set off on our route. So much of the original build of the station still remains. All this sort of stuff here, look, the original tiled walls, fireplaces, but now pool tables replace platforms. Crazy to think that this just stood empty for so long before this place came in, which is absolutely magnificent. We can see arches there, which would have led through to the platforms, and the train line would have ran literally right above where we are. Crazy golf replaces carriages. This is my favourite bit in here. Old ticket booth. Look at that. Amazing. Must have cost a few quid. Just trying to get my head around like what it would have been like all those years ago, when it would have been a really busy train station. Closed 1969, I think it was, that it shut. The restoration is fantastic. Anyone for ice cream? So Great Central Station sits or sat very close to Leicester city centre. Now the southern exit out and out towards the south of Leicester, towards Ayleston and that way, that is pretty well still intact, a lot of it. Do you know what I mean? Through, goes out, then through Bede Island, and then if you pick up the Great Central Rail, it's a walking and cycling route all the way. The northern route, which is the one we're taking today, is a lot different. So tracing that is very tricky. Now, thankfully, I know the roads quite well, but a lot of it has been destroyed since the station closed and since the railway became redundant. So some of the bits are going to be quite tricky logistically, shall we say. But I'm well kitted out, as you can see. I've got my running tights on. It is bloody freezing today. Got my shorts on, got my running belt, got my camera, got my phone, got my trusty running shoes. Away we go. Now, a little annoyingly, I have to actually go back on myself a little bit to the start, because it's up here above where we've just been in lane 7. So there we go, look, there's part of the station there. And all where I'm walking now, I believe, would have been where the tracks were, straight here. They've now all been replaced by industrial units, and we can only get so far, unfortunately. So look, it goes all the way along here, right the way through those gates. Looks like they're locked, but it just feels quite a bit weird, I guess, that this is where a huge train station and all the tracks would have been. Now up the end there, you might not make it out, is All Saints Road, I think it is. We'll have a look in a minute anyway. And that's where one of the bridges is.
and you've got all the archways underneath. So we'll head there now, and I suppose better start running properly. So all around this area has been massively regenerated, or in the process of being regenerated, over the last few years. But as you can see, there's still quite a long way to go. And I'm right on the outskirts of the city here, and this is All Saints, I'm sure it's All Saints Street, and this is known as All Saints Bridge. So the railway runs across there, out to the side, and you've got all the archways through here, which I'll show you now. I've seen quite a few pictures online, and if you do know where to look, there is still some good remnants. So again, I'm going the wrong way here, but I want to show you this as well. How you doing, all right?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, not bad. So this here is a hydraulic powerhouse on the corner of Alexander Street and Jarvis Street, just behind where the station would have been, which is just there. And then this door here would have been like the rear access to the station, and would have had a lift in it to move goods around. Now, honestly, this is probably a video on its own, haul down here, because there's so many arches all telling different stories, but we're not here for that today. We're here to run the line. So we've done the station now, we've done around this area. Let's crack on and start to do a bit of exploring. Okay, so you'll see here we've got more arches that are home to loads of other small businesses. It's absolutely amazing. I hope these have got a future here, and then I'm just going to get booted out. So now you can see that it starts to arc round. Lots of engineering went into this, and now we're approaching what used to be the Ship Inn, which used to sit just there, which is the club that my granddad, the pub that my granddad used to bring me to the Racing Pigeon Club. And then through there is the Grand Union Canal. So you can see that you had all this massive station here and the canal just there. So they were thinking about like the logistics and how it would all work together. So trains would have come steaming across here, and as you can see then, it disappears. So that's what I'm here to work out, is where that disappears to and where it's picked up again. I've got a good idea, but it could be good fun. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, but also good fun. A, I don't know which way this train track actually went properly, but B, I'm at least moving now to where I need to be. So I'm now on Northgate Street before I hit Frog Island. Look at this, look. This here all used to be buildings just along here, and you used to be able to like drive down the back and round, but not anymore because it's all been replaced. You've got new houses going up. That was a massive car showroom, and the bridge then pops out from behind there and looks like it would have swung this way over there. So I'm now heading to the canal, which is next to the North Bridge Tavern, to see exactly where it came across. Welcome to the Grand Union Canal. North Bridge Tavern is just there. Here's Frog Island. We've got the old Forester's Arms, a few industrial units down here. Love that walk down there. Like I say, all the new houses. So let's cross over, because I think I know where it came across. Be careful, John, don't die. Now, I love walking the canals. It's one of my favourite things to do. Even better when I'm on a bit of a history tour as well. And I've had a look online on a website, and the bridge came across here somewhere. Right, now I'm not 100% sure, but can you see where the black bricks are just there? That's the bed for the bridge to come across. So it looks like it would have whooshed across here and straight through over the canal. So the map on screen now will show where we started, where we've come from, and through this way here. Right, I've definitely got my bearings and I know where I am. So we're now going to head up towards Slater Street, Slater, and have a look there because that's where it then continues through. So we've done Great Central Station, we've done All Saints, we've done Northgate Street, we've done like the Northbridge Tavern and where it came through there, and now we're heading up towards Slater Street. I think I got it right where they were coming across the canal. It's just there's another bit here as well, but this feels like it's probably too far across. Don't know though. Got these bits here, look. Right, this is Slater Street. I can already see where it carried on. And I've never really seen this bit before. How weird that there would have just been houses all around here, exactly where I'm stood now, before they were all cleared. Because St Margaret's Way didn't used to be there. There was like a dog leg in the road that brought it more this way. And this would have all been houses before the slum clearances all took place. This is a massive section of bridge just here. It's bridge overground railway, I guess. Look at that, it's huge. So this is Slater Street. You've got Slater Street Primary School just up the end there. And then you've got the indoor bowls, Abbey Sports and Leisure. And this is a big piece that is still intact, which is great. It's a really long section, this is, that's still intact. So if we come up here, I'd love to get up there and have a proper look. This takes us right up to the river. Huge. Keeping these memories alive is really important, I think, because I'd like to class myself as fairly knowledgeable about this sort of stuff. But until you actually take the time to go, do you know what? I'm going to go and run the Great Central Way. You don't really think about it in terms of where it is, how it's been taken down, what it would have been like before. And this area of town is quite busy because we are very close to the city centre. We're on a main route in and out of the city, sort of just round the corner, probably two really. And this would have been that then, as in it would have been the busy section, the busy bit of logistics taking people in and out of the city. Wouldn't have been roads, not as much anyway. Not enough people had cars. My city, how it's changed, what my grandparents must have lived with and how they would have lived so differently to how I live now. Right, where next? Right, Slater Street was down there. It splits just here. Now that way takes you in and under Abbey Park, but I need to go over the top. So, got St Margaret's Way here on my right hand side. And then in a minute, literally in the middle of the river, you'll see where that bridge joins on. And then where it goes to as well, which is pretty cool. Well, cool if you like me anyway. And you like this sort of stuff. Right, here we go. So, there is the pillar in the middle of the river that you should just be able to see. I'm looking at it on quite a small screen at the moment, but let's see if we can get you zoomed in a bit. There we go. So that's the pillar there. So the bridge would have come across there, and then should be able to see that just there as well. That's where we've just been at the back of Slater Street, across there, and then through here, and literally where that building is, used to be a caravan sale place just there. I think it would have run, looks like, just behind there, and then over to this bit, which is now direct fencing. So even though the method of transport has changed, we now use the St Margaret's Way and roads as opposed to railway. And here's the bit that I really love, this bit. The direction of travel is exactly the same. They're literally running parallel now. Okay, that's going to shoot across a little bit that way, and this bends a little bit to the right, but generally speaking, it's still running in and out of town. Right, it's just sat there now, doing nothing. So yeah, a company called Direct Fencing use this now as their base. So yeah, that's the bridge here, so we'd have gone across there, right out that way, and there's the other end of the bridge. You can actually just make it out in the distance there, just over the river. Pretty cool, never looked at that before. So yeah, Direct Fencing, good company. I've used these a few times myself, would highly recommend. I might see if they'll let me have a quick look around. I was hoping to be able to go and like look inside there, but it doesn't look like you can, so I shan't bother them, and we'll just head round the other side. And then, to be honest, this is where most of the actual structure then stops. I'm going to be on a bit of guesswork now as to exactly which way it goes, although I do have an old map which I'm going to follow as best I can, and I'm sure some bits will pop out at me and say, oh, look at me, John, this is where it was. So that's the other side there. As you can see, it would have then continued this way, straight through that abandoned car showroom. Better go and find the other end, haven't we? Right, I'm now on St Margaret's Way, and there is nothing to see here, guys. So you've got Evans Halshaw, the old car centre just there, then there's Halfords, then there's the range, but there is like no remnants of the railway just there. So this is where the guesswork and map work starts to come into play. So wish me luck, and I'll be back in a sec. Now I know the bridge crossed Devonshire Road, but it had to get there somehow. So I'm going to have a quick look down Wolsey Street and see if I can find out where it went over there. Now Wolsey Street is quite an interesting street because it looks like it's standalone, but as I said earlier, lots of this was housing before, and actually somewhere around here was Cardinal Street. Cardinal Wolsey, Abbey Park just over there, where Cardinal Wolsey died and his statue is. So when you start to see and think about exactly what's changed and why it's changed, and then what it would have been like before and how that all ties in, that's for me when it becomes really interesting. And it's not just Leicester, is it? It's like everywhere that happens. Right, let's go up here and see if we can work out where it went through. Now, these factory units look relatively new in the big scheme of things, so yeah, the old line could well have run through here, but I don't think we're going to find out. There's no obvious telltale signs. There's some horrendous brickwork. Quick look in here, see if I get kicked out. Yeah, this is just all relatively new by the looks of it. Some slightly older buildings, but nothing. I mean, that one's quite a lot older there, but still no guarantees. Right, Devonshire Road. Let's go. Hello mate, you okay? Yeah, fine, thank you. So that there is the back end of Devonshire Road, and I have an inkling as to where it would have come across by using the sort of, by just looking at what buildings are there currently and what I know has been built slightly more recently, might give me some sort of guide. So we know the station closed, I think it was around 1969. Most of the railway would have come down about that time, or certainly started to come down after that. Well, these houses were built before that, so it didn't come across anywhere here, but there's one building up here, which I think is where it would have came through. I think it came through here. Or maybe further along actually now, looking at that. So as you can see, this is all much newer than all those houses down there. But then looking up here, it looks like there's some older bits as well, because there's another building here that's quite newer. Right, my money's on that actually, I suspect. Looking at the brickwork and it being a bit of no man's land. So Ronda Envirovac is there, the houses are there, and I'm pretty sure the train line ran very close to the backs of the houses through there. That is where it went. So if you're on Devonshire Road and you get a chance to see, I reckon it's there. Bingo, having consulted my website, which I've got most of my information from, there it is. That is where the Great Central Way went. It went through there, all the embankment was taken out, and ironically, they've had to stack it with stone to hold all that back. If they'd left the embankment in, they wouldn't have needed to do that. So yeah, we've come through there, direct fencing over there, followed it through, back of Halfords, back of the range, through here, and then across, straight through there. Right, Blackbird Road next. Oh my God. I have driven on this road thousands of times and never realised that that over there, the brick wall, is the Great Central Way. That is unbelievable. The Great Central Railway, I can never say that word, railway, ran straight across there. Let's go over and look back. That's the bridge entrance there. So the Great Central Railway ran across there and came from that direction, probably where that embankment starts, maybe a bit further to the right. It's like a Tom Underwood tour, this is. So my mate Tom Underwood used to live in them flats, and he's the one that went to Slater Street school as well. So yeah, all good. Right, brilliant. I cannot believe that though. That is like over 100 years old. That. Unbelievable. All right. So from Slater Street, direct fencing, over the river before that, down the back of those shops, over at Devonshire Road, and then straight through the banks, across here, into there. Now the logistical nightmare starts because it's in there, but I can't get there very easily. But there are a couple of little options that I might be able to get down. So let's go and have a look. We're going up Parker Drive now and making our way towards Beaumont Leys Lane. It's really straight now to get me towards the end, but still a good way to go. Now I might be clutching at straws a bit here, but this is one of the roads sort of down through the estates, which has been here for years. This road takes you through to like Sudeley Avenue and around there, Egerton Avenue. There's a little cut through. So I just thought I'd come and have a look, but I'm not sure. I think, because I'm parallel here, and I know that it stays on this route sort of. I'll have a quick look to the bottom, but I don't think there's going to be any. It's like through there somewhere, I think, where them trees are. I feel like this is too far down to really, yeah, this is the end now because there's houses just there. Yeah, so look, there's houses there as well. So it's not there, it would have been further up here, but you just can't see it, that's all. Wild goose chase. Come on, let's carry on. This was probably my last hope really of picking up any of it round here, but it doesn't look like there's anything still on show. It's all just been leveled for factories. So I've just checked, and annoyingly, that previous road I went down, Menzies Road, there is some of it down there, but not, if you know what I mean. So it's just buried under a building, and having, again, done a little bit more research, you can see no more of it now until we get to Beaumont Leys Lane. So I'll head there now and we'll pick it up and hopefully get a lot of it from there up to the Leicester North Great Central Station. Hey, hope you're okay. Thanks very much for watching this video. I do really appreciate it. It gives me motivation to get out and do more videos like this. We'll be going on tour this year, 100%. We're going to go to some new places that are maybe still close to Leicester people's hearts. So like Skegness and Yarmouth and Blackpool, and then maybe some of the arch enemies like Nottingham, Derby and Coventry. And have a look how they're faring in the year 2026. So click follow, subscribe. Now this bit I know very well because I went to school just here. Wolsey House Primary School is just there up that hill. But you can see quite clearly here where the line would have come straight across, and we'll cross over the road and probably look back at this bit. So this then, that's the bit that then tucks behind the industrial estate. There's Beaumont Leys Lane running that way. And yeah, the bridge would have come straight over above, across my head now and straight up there. And that's where we're going to go and try and find, because that I used to be able to walk on when I was younger, and I think you still can. So it's all tucked away there behind all that ivy, so there's all brickwork behind there. You can just make out a little bit of it at the bottom, and that would have been where it carried on down south in towards Leicester. So north is this way, south is this way. Amazing. Right, I really need to get up onto the embankment, because if I can get up on here, I can literally run straight the way through. However, it looks a little bit tight, and I don't even know if it's possible without kidding myself. This is made for kids. I ain't a kid anymore. Oh yeah, right, okay. Oh, we might be lucky. We might be lucky. So I'm now on Great Central. Oh yes, wicked. Look at this. Right, I'm just going to follow this as far as I can go. I'm quite high above the ground already, like the driveway for the school is just down there. This hasn't been used in a long time, but I've committed now, so let's go. It's a bit thorny. Right, back out this way, I think. There's the railway embankment. Isn't this just mind-blowing though, that this used to be a railway track? I mean, a good few years ago, but not hundreds, although quite a lot now, I guess. Like, my dad's in his 60s, and he wouldn't have even been 10 when this would have stopped being in use. Oh God, I hope it carries on. I really do not want to have to turn around and go back. Oh my days. I think I'm at a dead end. Look at that. That's rubbish, isn't it? The annoying thing is, the path is here, but it's just been absolutely buried under all of this. And it bloody hurts. I think it's gonna have to be a turnaround job, which I'm absolutely infuriated about. No, it's no good. Like my mate James Sims would have always said when playing poker, run your winners and cut your losses. That's annoying. I've now got to work my all the way back through there and go all the way around. So guys, I'm gonna put my foot down a bit and I'll see you on the other side and we'll finish off this run. Right, I've made my way back round, massive U-turn and a bit round the houses, but this is Abbey Rise. My good mate Tom Hunter lived down there on Abbey Court Road, big up Tommy Hunter. And then this is where my grandparents lived, on Abbey Drive, which is part of the reason I know it quite well round here. So I know that that bloody track bed, you can walk across it, because I used to with my granddad when I was a kid, walking the dogs and stuff. And then I lived just off Abbey Park Road, down near Blackbird Road, which is why I've driven there thousands of times and never seen that bit before. Amazing and annoying at the same time. Right, so I'm going to head past my grandparents' old house, which is just up here, and then chuck a left, because I think we can get to the track where it used to be, up there. This brings back some memories. Used to walk this way to school from my grand. Used to go through there, along the black pad. But this is it. I think we're, oh, look at that. I can see some of the old brickwork. Let's go. So these houses here would have all been built after the railway line was decommissioned. But here it is. Look at this. Running straight through a housing estate now. Straight across there, look. Oh, how easy was that? Should have done that in the first place. Tried to get all clever, didn't I? So I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get up here somewhere. Here we go. This is it. I'm stood right where the tracks would have been. Coming from, so that's where I got stuck, way further down there. And then we're along here, straight through, over that little walkway that's there now, with the two bits of the bridge, or the track at either side. So that's the south side done. And that there is the north side. So we'll do a bit of scrambling up this ancient brickwork, which has been here for a very long time. Oh God. Now my hope and dreams are that this runs all the way along. So there's your views out there, across Leicester. If you go further that way, you can see even further. This is looking promising, isn't it? A bit better than what I was walking through before. Decades and decades of unused land that would have once basically been the heart and soul of the city, delivering goods, people, and keeping the city's economy flowing. This is what it's been reduced to now. And think where we started, at Great Central Station, and now it changes to this, so you get like that real urban sort of massive structure. And then as you make your way out of town, it just turns into this, and another frigging dead end by the looks of it. Hopefully not. Oh, no, ow! It's quite prickly. I mean, I guess in the height of summer, you would not stand a chance through here at the moment. But not growing as much at the minute. That is quite tight through there. It might be doable. I'll find out in a sec. Now, it is many moons since I've been up here, but I think there's like a much bigger like bridge section further along, because I can't get through there. So I'm going to try and get down there, which is quite steep, and find the other bit, because we're really close to the finish now. It's the brambles that are killing me. They're just so annoying. So, thankfully, I may be 42, but I'm relatively fleet-footed. Yeah, we're nearly there. Nearly back on ground level. It's amazing. Honestly, I thought I'd just be able to run or walk right along there and straight through, but nature has different ideas, doesn't it? It's like, it's taking it, but I don't know where that other bit of bridge is then. Maybe it was that last bit and I'm just confused because of its size change over the years. I'm obviously a lot taller than I used to be. Well, I might have missed it, but yeah, the track would have been all behind there, because down here, that's Leicester Road, and we're nearly done. Quiet round here, you know. Not many people come up here. Not unless you live up here anyway. Got the old flats that my great-grandma used to live in. Still the connection with the area. But as you can see, this has just been left to, like, rewired, I guess. Nature has just taken it back from train line to nature reserve, basically. Not quite. Oh, I know where we are now. The footbridge is coming up just to cross over the road. Look at the elevation as well. It's a long way up there now. Obviously, we've just dropped down on this path, on this road. Looks like people do go up there. So this is a no access road for cars. There's buses down there. Kids have just kicked out of school. So I think if we go a bit further along here, should be able to see the, yeah, there we go. So if I'd managed to carry on along, I'd have got to here. Wide, isn't it? Look how big that is. Because here, they've just been getting ready to come into the station, you see. So a lot more tracks, I guess, would have been entering and leaving this section. I feel quite a sense of achievement. Like, we've come a long way and seen a lot of where the track would have been as well. It's not like we've just gone, there's the start, there's the middle, and there's the end. We have managed to follow it through. So, as you can see, this side's gone, but there's a footbridge up here, so that's what we'll tackle now, and that should bring us then into the end. I watched a video a few years ago by a guy called Bo Miles. He's wicked. He's an Australian guy, got about 8 gazillion subscribers on YouTube, and he did a video called Running the Line, which was about following a disused railway line in Australia, close to where he lived. And that's what sort of gave me the idea to do this, because we've got one as well. It's not as long, but it still means a lot, and the same, like, it's the same premise, isn't it? Things change, time moves on, the city shifts, but important to remember what made it the city in the first place, and what people would have remembered, and what they're still talking about now. Even as a 42-year-old estate agent, I thought I've seen a bit of the bridge then. So, comes through there, might have come up there, but up here is the station, which I don't think I'm going to get access into. Right guys, we're nearly at the finish. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And if you want to have a look at any of it yourself, as you can see, most of it is pretty accessible for you to see. Don't go through the brambles. That's probably my only thing really. And the bit around Parker Drive, yeah, you'll struggle to see much there because it's all buried. But just those little bits that you can see just blow my mind that after all these years and how the city's changed, there's still remnants of the Great Central that ran from Leicester City Centre right out north, past Birstall, up towards Loughborough, and then further and beyond from there as well. There's a little bit of brickwork left up here. There we go, Leicester North Station. Great Central to Leicester North. Guys, we've run the line. So this is where the line ends. No trains, no timetables, just a city going about its business. So there we go. The line is still here if you know how to look for it. I've lived around these streets most of my life. I thought I knew them, but following this line, step by step, changed the way I see the city that I grew up in. And the trains are gone, but the route is still doing its job. Following it on foot made me realise something. The railway didn't really disappear, it just changed what it carries. Today, it carried me through streets I thought I knew and helped me see them in a better way.